Welcome back to the lecture 11. Today we will discuss eigenvalues and eigenvectors, which is a very important topic in this linear algebra module. So eigenvalue. What is the eigenvalue? Let A equals to Aij is a n cross n square matrix, be a square matrix consider the homogeneous system The system is look like Ax equal to lambda x. You will think how it is homogeneous, because we can write like this: A minus lambda. A is a matrix and lambda is a scalar, so one can subtract a matrix with the scalar by writing its in the form of scalar matrix. Lambda I is the scalar matrix. Then this will be the correct representation. It will be the difference of two matrices. X equal to 0. A is a n cross n matrix, and I is also, I'm considering here, n cross n matrix, and X is a solution matrix of order n cross 1. Then you can see that this system, equation 1, is a homogeneous system, because one can let this as a1 x equal to 0 if someone suppose it as a1 matrix, because the difference of two matrices is again a matrix of same order. This is n cross n matrix and this is a scalar matrix of n cross n, so it's a difference will be again a n cross n matrix. Call it as a1, then the system will become a1 x equal to null vector, null column matrix. Now this is a homogeneous matrix, homogeneous system. This system is homogeneous. Homogeneous system is always consistent. Always consistent. You know that this system always has a solution. So what are the possible solutions for, if we write in the form of only lambda, then what are the possible solutions for this homogeneous system? We know that there are two possibilities. One is a trivial solution. Trivial solution is a zero solution. Then your solution is a x equal to 0 solution, a zero vector, zero column vector. And one is a non-trivial solution. Non-trivial means non-zero solution also exists. Non-zero solution also exists. So in this homogeneous system, we are interested in non-zero solution. X is solution. X is solution matrix here, or solution vector. Some people call it solution matrix, some people solution vector. It is a solution matrix or solution vector. Then we are interested in non-zero solutions. So for non-zero solution, we will get some values of lambda. Then these values of lambda is called the eigenvalues. If you remember, I told you one remark: in the case of trivial solution, determinant is non-zero. But in the case of non-trivial solution, determinant of A1 is 0. I told you in the lecture 9. So our concern is to find the values of lambda. our concern is to find the values of lambda for which system 1 has non-trivial or non-zero solutions non-zero solutions. So this set of values is called set of eigenvalues or spectrum of the matrix A. Then corresponding to A minus lambda I x equal to 0, spectrum of matrix A is collection of all values of lambda for which this determinant A minus lambda I equal to 0. This is called spectrum of matrix A. And if we find the largest value numerically, then that is called spectral radius. Spectral radius is the max of lambda I for I1 to n. There can be n eigenvalues of matrix order n cross n. Now, so this collection is called spectrum of matrix, and values of lambda are called eigenvalues. Now, what is the characteristic polynomial and characteristic equation? I told you the homogeneous system 1 can be written as Ax equal to lambda x or A minus lambda I x equal to null vector. Then this matrix A minus lambda I can be written as matrix A. I am assuming here A11, A12, A1n. It is an n cross n matrix. A21, A22, A2n, and an1, and so on, an2 and ann, minus lambda I. If you multiply lambda in the identity matrix where I is an n cross n matrix, you will get it a scalar matrix with the diagonal entry lambda, and the rest entries will be 0, 0, 0. Then you will get ultimately this matrix as in the form of A11 minus lambda, A12, and so on, A1n, A21, A22, and so on, A2n, an1, A22 minus lambda, and so on, ann minus lambda. This matrix is called characteristic matrix. And if we find the determinant of this square matrix, determinant of A minus lambda I equal to determinant of A11 minus lambda, A12, and so on, A1n, A21, A22 minus lambda, and so on, A2n, an1, an2, and so on, ann minus lambda is called characteristic polynomial. The determinant, this symbol is used, I am using for determinant. determinant of matrix A minus lambda I is called the characteristic polynomial, and the equation A minus lambda I determinant equal to 0 is called characteristic equation. It's called characteristic equation. The roots of this equation is called characteristic roots or latent roots or eigenvalues. The set of all values of lambda for this determinant is 0 is called characteristic roots or eigenvalues. And when this determinant is 0, it means we are searching non-trivial solutions or non-zero solutions of the given homogeneous system Ax equal to lambda x. Next is, what is eigenvector? We know that the homogeneous system is Ax equal to lambda x, and lambda is a eigenvalue, an eigenvalue. We can write the system as A minus lambda I x equal to 0. Then non-zero solution x, it will be obviously a column of order n cross 1. I told you earlier, x1, x2, xn. Non-zero solution, please important, remember this point, non-zero solution. X is always non-zero. Non-zero solution of this equation 1 is called eigenvector. I am writing in shortcut E vector. It means eigenvector or characteristic vector or latent vector. There are many names, but most famous names are eigenvector and characteristic vector. So I am going to solve one example how to find the eigenvalue and eigenvector. Let's see one example. Find eigenvalues and eigenvectors of the matrix A is equal to 4, 3, 1, 2. Solution. The matrix A is given you 4, 3, 1, 2. Now, we know that the eigenvalues is the solution of characteristic equation. And the characteristic equation is defined as, characteristic equation is given as determinant of A minus lambda I equal to 0. So you firstly write the matrix A minus lambda I and take the determinant. Then the determinant will look like 4 minus lambda, 3, 1, 2 minus lambda equal to 0. If you expand it, 4 minus lambda, 2 minus lambda, minus 3 equal to 0. You will get 8 minus 4 lambda minus 2 lambda plus lambda square minus 3 equal to 0. Lambda square minus 6 lambda plus 5 equal to 0. This equation is called characteristic equation. And the roots of this equation is called characteristic roots or eigenvalues. In the in remarks, I will tell you some shortcuts for 2 cross 2 matrix also. Now, what are the roots of this equation? You can simply find lambda equal to 1 and 5. You just factorize it and compare with 0. You will get lambda equal to 1 and 5. So these values are called eigenvalues or characteristic roots. Now, how to find the eigenvector? This is the important topic. Always remember this point. We will find eigenvector corresponding to every eigenvalue. For lambda equal to 1. We know the homogeneous system is Ax equal to lambda x. Now put lambda equal to 1. Put lambda equal to 1, you will get Ax equal to 1x. If you write in the form of matrix, it will be 1 into I, x equal to 0. Now this is your homogeneous system. If you write A minus I matrix, just subtract identity matrix from the given matrix A. It is a 2 cross 2 matrix and X is your solution matrix. So X will be a 2 cross 1 column vector. I am letting here x1, x2. So A minus I matrix will look like now 3, 3, 1, 1. You just subtract identity matrix, then 1 will be subtracted from here, diagonal entry 1, and from 1 also subtracted from A to 2, then it will be 3, 1. And x1, x2, and it is a null vector of 2 cross 1, so it will be 0, 0. How to solve this homogeneous system? You just go to my lecture 9, you can see how to solve system of homogeneous linear equations. Now, we can easily find it solution using the augmented matrix. I'm going to write the augmented matrix here. So the augmented matrix will look like, this is representing null vector here, 3, 1, 3, 3, sorry, 3, 3, 1, 1, 0, 0. Now make this entry 0 for converting in the row echelon form. So R2 is replaced by 3R2 minus R1. R2 is replaced by 3R2 minus R1. So you will get augmented matrix is equivalent to 3, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now you can see that the rank of augmented matrix is equal to rank of A equal to 1 is less than number of unknowns. And this condition will be always satisfied because we are going to find the non-zero solutions. So always at least one variable will be arbitrary in the case of eigenvectors. At least one arbitrary will at least one variable will be arbitrary here. So I am considering x1, x2. It means you can see that this is your leading column and this is your leading row, but second row is not leading or second column is not leading here. So this variable means x2 variable is 3. If we can write by back substitution 3x1 plus 3x2 equal to 0. It means this variable x2 variable is free here, or x2 is arbitrary here. Arbitrary variable. Now what will happen? We can suppose x2 equal to k, then x1 will be also minus k. So what will be your solution? x1, x2 will be minus k, k. If you take k outside, then it will be minus 1. This will be your first non-trivial solution. First non-trivial solution, we can write E1 minus 1, 1 transformation. First non-zero solution. It is not unique. You can write minus 2 comma 2, minus 3 comma 3, because due to infinitely many values of k, it will give you infinitely many solutions, but all the solutions will be linearly dependent. How many linearly independent solutions? I told you in the lecture 10, number of linearly independent solution is equal to order of matrix minus rank of matrix. Then order of matrix is 2 cross 2, it means 2 minus 1. So you will get only, and rank of A is 1 here. So number of linear independent solution is 1, and it can be minus 1 comma 1, minus 2 comma 2. It depends what eigenvector you are choosing. Then the other eigenvector corresponding to even will be linearly dependent. If you put k equal to 2, then what will be the another eigenvector? Even dash minus 2 comma 2. If you put k equal to minus 3, then it will be minus 3 comma 3 and so on. But these are meaningless. These are solutions. But if you are interested in to find the linear independent eigenvector, then it will be only 1. So it is better to write in the form of k minus k comma k. If you want, you can take k outside also. For a particular value, you can find a linearly independent vector, and other vector will be linearly dependent to this linear independent vector even. But this eigenvector is corresponding to only lambda equal to 1. Similarly, we will find the eigenvector corresponding to lambda equal to 5. For lambda equal to 5, then ax equal to lambda x, ax equal to 5x, put lambda equal to 5, then a minus 5 identity matrix, because we can write only difference of two matrices using the identity matrix concept. So a minus 5i will be, just subtract 5 from the diagonal, you will get minus 1, 3, 1, minus 3. And consider x equal to x1, x2, 0, 0. Write the augmented matrix. A augmented matrix equal to minus 1, 3, 1, minus 3, 0, 0. R2 is replaced by R2 plus R1 for converting in the row echelon form. It is equivalent to minus 1, 3, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. You can see that there is only one leading row. Our rank of A is equal to rank of augmented matrix equal to 1 less than number of unknowns. So I told you, you will get always one variable is arbitrary. At least one variable is always arbitrary. And number of Li solution is again 1. It's a 2 minus 1 equal to 1. So if you write the back substitution, you can see that this is minus x1 plus 3x2 equal to 0, and the a11 is the coefficient for x1 and a22 is coefficient for x2, and it is 0. It means this is your arbitrary variable. You can more follow on lecture 9. I have discussed how to solve the system of homogeneous linear equation. Then suppose x2 equal to again k, or k1 you suppose, then x1 will be 3k1. So the solution will be x1 x2 equal to 3k1 k1. The solution will be 3k1 k1, or call it as E2. The second solution E2 3k1 k1. For a particular value, you can find a particular linear independent solution. Other solutions will be the linear dependent solutions. So system has infinitely many solutions, but linear independent solution is one in both the cases. Now some important remarks. I have discussed already the first remark, but I am going to discuss again. If X is a non-zero solution of, I am calling A minus lambda I x equal to 0 as equation number 1 of 1, then any scalar multiple, suppose k into x. K is any scalar. Then kx will be also solution of 1. But this solution will be linear dependent solution. Then this solution will be linear dependent solution, not linear independent solution. Second point, I have already told you, number of linear independent solutions. If you are still confused in LD and LI, what is linear dependent and what is linear independent, just revise lecture 7. I have discussed LD and LI in lecture 7. Number of linear independent solution equal to n minus rank of A, where n is order of square matrix A. Square matrix A. Here. Linear independent solution or linear independent eigenvectors. I have already told you. And the third remark is, if lambda 1, lambda 2 and lambda n are distinct eigenvalues of matrix A of order n cross n, then we will get n linear independent eigenvectors. For distinct each one eigenvector corresponding to each distinct eigenvalue, one Li eigenvector. We will get one Li vector corresponding to each distinct eigenvalue. Distinct is important here. If some eigenvalues are repeated, then we can get more than one Li vector corresponding to any eigenvalue. If some eigenvalues are repeated, we will discuss this point later. Now I'm going to discuss this point because the third extension of third point is very important here. So what is algebraic multiplicity and geometric multiplicity? So first I'm going to say algebraic multiplicity. Number of times a particular eigenvalue, not eigenvector, eigenvalue, repeats is known as algebraic multiplicity. Suppose characteristic equation of A is lambda minus 2 square lambda minus 3 to the power 5 equal to 0. Then you have 2 comma 2 because it's a 2 time, and 3 you will get 5 times. 3 because the power is 5. So what is the algebraic multiplicity of 2? It is 2. What is the algebraic multiplicity of 3? It will be 5. In this case, we cannot tell how eigenvectors we will get directly. We have to evaluate eigenvectors. Then only we can tell. So what is geometric multiplicity? Geometric multiplicity is important definition. Number of distinct linear independent is very important, eigenvectors for a particular is again important eigenvalue is known as geometric multiplicity. So I'm going to discuss by some examples here. I'm taking two cases here. Case 1. If all eigenvalues are distinct. For example, suppose characteristic equation of A is lambda minus 2, lambda minus 3, lambda minus 5 equal to 0. Then you will get lambda equal to 2, 3, 4. So corresponding to lambda equal to 2, you will get one eigenvector, one Li eigenvector. You will get again a second Li vector, that will be E2, and you will get E3 Li vector. It will be unique. 1, 1 you will get. Only 1. 1, 1. Geometric multiplicity will be 1. Means for every eigenvalue, for every distinct eigenvalue, you will get only one eigenvector. But in the case of repeated eigenvalues, suppose the characteristic polynomial is lambda to the power 3, lambda minus 4 equal to 0, then lambda equal to 2, 2, 2, and lambda equal to 4. For 4, you will get one eigenvector. Li, only one eigenvector. But for lambda equal to 2, you can get at least one Li eigenvector. At least one. It can be 1, can be 2, or maximum can be 3. Always remind this, but geometric multiplicity is always less than equal to arithmetic multiplicity. Geometric multiplicity is always less than equal to arithmetic multiplicity. So in the case of repeated eigenvalues, you can get more than one eigenvector corresponding to repeated eigenvalue. But for not repeated eigenvalue, for distinct eigenvalue, you will get always one eigenvector. Properties of eigenvalue. I'm going to discuss very important properties here. Suppose the homogeneous system is Ax equal to lambda x. Then I told you A has eigenvalue lambda. Lambda can be any value. Corresponding to A, matrix A, we have eigenvalue lambda. Then A inverse has eigenvalue lambda inverse. Keep in mind the determinant of A is none. Suppose you have the eigenvalues of A and someone asked what are the eigenvalues of A inverse matrix, then just reciprocal of that eigenvalue. You can prove it also. You can prove it by taking the inverse both sides. It is very simpler proof. How to prove? Just multiply A inverse both the sides. So A inverse into lambda x. It will be identity into x if you take the associativity and take here, you can lambda take can be outside by using associative property, and you take 1 upon lambda x equal to identity into, it's again identity matrix, a column matrix, so no need to write the identity matrix here. A inverse into x. If you compare x both the sides, then you can see that eigenvalue corresponding to A inverse is 1 upon lambda or lambda inverse. So for example, in the previous question, I have given you matrix A is equal to 4, 3, 1, 2, and the eigenvalues of A are of A are 1, 5. Then what will be the eigenvalues of A inverse? Eigenvalues of A inverse will be 1 upon 1, 1 upon 5 or 1, 1 upon 5. So this is a very important result here. The second result is if I told you if A has eigenvalue lambda, then adjoint A has eigenvalue determinant A upon lambda. And this will hold for every lambda. And the previous property also, inverse property also hold for every lambda. And the third property is if A has eigenvalue lambda, then its a transpose matrix also have eigenvalue lambda for every lambda. In general, if you take, if A has eigenvalue lambda, then A to the power n have eigenvalue lambda to the power n. And one more property, if A has eigenvalue lambda, then a scalar multiple of any matrix has eigenvalue k into lambda. Examples. In the previous question, I have given you A equal to 4, 3, 1, 2. And the eigenvalues was 1, 5. If you are interested, what are the eigenvalues of A to the power 3? Then it will be very easy. 1 to the power 3, 5 to the power 3. It means 1, 5, 125, 125. 1, 25 will be the eigenvalues of A to the power 3. What will be the eigenvalues of adjoint of A? You just find the determinant of A. Determinant A is 5. So it will be determinant A upon lambda. So 5 upon, for every lambda, 5 upon 1, 5 upon 5. Because we have 2 lambda here, 1 and 5. So the eigenvalue will be 5, 1. Just change, order is changing here. 1, 5 is 5, 1. But it is not always true. Changing of order is not always true. The formula is determinant upon lambda. We have some more properties according to the nature of matrix. Type of matrix. I am making a table here. And nature of eigenvalue. Nature of eigenvalue. Suppose your matrix is Hermitian. Hermitian matrix, then eigenvalues are always real. For skew Hermitian, your eigenvalues will be always 0 or purely imaginary. Orthogonal matrix, always modulus is 1 for every I1 to n. Every eigenvalue have modulus 1. Fourth, I am going to write idempotent matrix. Idempotent matrix, A square equal to A. I told you in the lecture 4th, 5th, 0 or 1. Unitary matrix, A square equal to Y. The eigenvalues have modulus 1, or mod of lambda equal to 1. Here lambda I can be complex number also, then you know how to find the modulus. Involutory. Involutory is A square equal to I. Unitary matrix is A theta equal to A theta equal to identity matrix. And involutory is A square equal to I. Then the eigenvalues are 1 or minus 1 here. Symmetric matrix, always eigenvalues are always real. Skew symmetric matrix, it's a 0 or purely imaginary. So according to the type of matrix, you can tell the nature of eigenvalues also. I have one or two important remark on eigenvector also. If important remark is any two eigenvectors corresponding to the two distinct eigenvalues of unitary or symmetric matrix are orthogonal. What is the meaning of orthogonal? Suppose for lambda equal to lambda 1, you get first eigenvector E1. For lambda equal to lambda 2, you get the second eigenvector E2. Then what is orthogonal? E1 dot E2. If you take the dot product of these two vectors, it will be always 0. How to find the dot product? You know that E1 can be written as, suppose it's a 3 cross 3 or 2 cross 2. So I'm taking here 3 cross 3. E1, E2, E3 transpose. E2 is equal to F1, F2, F3 transpose. Then E1 vector can be written as E1I plus E2J in the vector form, but no need to write always in the vector form. And the E2 vector is F1I plus F2J plus F3K. And you take the dot product, it will be 0. Or simply if you write E1, E2, I am not considering order here. Suppose this is a En and this is your F1, F2, Fn. Then the dot product will be E1, F1 plus E2, F2 plus En, Fn. And this entry must be equal to 0. This entry must be equal to 0. The dot product is defined as this one. In the case of vector, you know this can be defined at E1, F1 plus E2, F2 plus E3, F3. If the vectors are orthogonal, this sum will be 0. In the case of n cross 1 vector, the dot product is defined as this case. I'm going to write one more important remark on 2 cross 2 matrix. One important remark. For 2 cross 2 square matrix. Let A is any 2 cross 2 matrix. A, B, C, D. Then you know that the trace of this matrix is sum of entries of principal diagonal or main diagonal. Then it will be A plus D. And what is the determinant of A is? That will be AD minus B. What will be the characteristic equation? Characteristic equation is determinant of A minus lambda I equal to 0. Then this will be A minus lambda B C D minus lambda equal to 0. You just expand this determinant. A minus lambda B minus lambda minus BC equal to 0. This can be written as AD minus a lambda minus d lambda plus lambda square minus bc equal to 0. Or you simplified lambda square plus, I'm going to write minus here outside, minus a plus d lambda plus ad minus bc equal to 0. If you compare these values, then a plus d is representing here trace of matrix into lambda, plus ad minus bc is representing here determinant of equal to 0. So for 2 cross 2 matrix, the characteristic equation can be written as with the help of trace and determinant. This is the general formula for 2 cross 2 matrix. To write the characteristic equation lambda square minus trace of A into lambda plus determinant of A equal to 0. Suppose lambda has eigenvalues lambda 1 plus lambda 2. This is a quadratic equation. So the possible roots will be only at 2, lambda 1 and lambda 2. Then the sum of roots will be, or eigenvalues will be minus b upon A or trace of A. And the product of eigenvalue will be determinant of A. How I'm going to find here? If you know the ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, and the roots are alpha and beta, then alpha plus beta is minus b upon A, and alpha into beta equal to c upon A. I'm using here this concept. So the sum of eigenvalues is trace of A, and the product of the eigenvalue is determinant of A. This can be generalized also for an n cross n matrix. So let A equal to Aij be an n cross n matrix H eigenvalues lambda 1, lambda 2, comma lambda n. Then we can write lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda n equal to trace of A. Trace of A is nothing else, sum of entries of principal diagonal A11 plus A22 plus ANN, or we can write in the form of sigma I equal to 1 to n. And the product of eigenvalues lambda 1 into lambda 2 into lambda n equal to determinant of A. These result can be generalized for n cross n matrix also. One more important remark I have. The eigenvalues of diagonal matrix, comma scalar matrix, comma upper triangular matrix, comma lower triangular matrix, comma identity matrix are just the diagonal elements of matrix. For example, if you have A equal to 1 0 5 0 3 0 0 0 7, this is the upper triangular matrix, and if you are interested in the eigenvalues or spectrum of A, the set of all eigenvalues is called a spectrum, then it will be 1 3 comma 7. If you have a diagonal matrix 1 0 0 0 5 0 0 0 2, then this is a diagonal matrix, then the set of eigenvalues will be, or all the eigenvalues will be 1 comma 5 comma 2. So this is true for diagonal matrix, scalar matrix, upper triangular matrix, lower triangular matrix, and identity matrix. So no need to write the characteristic equation. You can just directly write the eigenvalues that are located in as the entries of diagonal elements of matrix. If you use a characteristic equation, you will get same eigenvalues only. So find the all eigenvalues and eigenvectors of this matrix A equal to minus 2 comma 2 comma minus 3 2 1 minus 6 minus 1 minus 2 0. So how to find the eigenvalues? We will write the characteristic equation. Characteristic equation is determinant of A minus lambda I equal to 0. So determinant minus 2 minus lambda 2 minus 3 2 1 minus lambda minus 6 minus 1 minus 2 0 minus lambda determinant equal to 0. Expand with respect to R1 and use the calculator is also allowed in the GATE and engineering exam to find the roots of any cubic equation. You will get a cubic equation. You will get the cubic equation in the factor form. I'm not going to solve it completely. Lambda plus 3, lambda plus 3, lambda minus 5 equal to 0. So the eigenvalues will be 5 minus 3 minus 3. I'm giving you as a homework, calculate these eigenvalues by expanding this characteristic equation and using calculator. You can see that algebraic multiplicity of 5 is 1 and the algebraic multiplicity of minus 3 is 2. So corresponding to 5, we will get always one linear independent eigenvector. But corresponding to minus 3, because minus 3 is repeated here, we can get more than one or more than one eigenvectors. This equation is called characteristic equation here. Always remind this word. And these values are called characteristic roots or eigenvalues. So I am going to find the eigenvector here. For lambda equal to 5. So I told you how to find Ax equal to lambda. We will write, put the value of lambda equal to 5, then Ax equal to 5x. So write in the form of matrix. So A minus 5i x equal to 0 vector. A minus 5i matrix will be A minus 5i matrix will be minus 7. 2, just subtract 5 from the diagonal entries of matrix A. Minus 3, 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 1, minus 2, minus 5. And I'm considering X is a here 3 cross 1 because A is a 3 cross 3 matrix. Then the solution matrix will be 3 cross 1 and take as a column vector x1, x2, x3, x1, x2, x3, and null vector will be 0, 0, 0. Write the augmented matrix for this system. So the augmented matrix will look like now. Minus 7, 2 minus 3, 0, 2 minus 4, minus 6, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 5, 0. For the easy calculation, I told you we try to make the first entry 1 or minus 1, and you can see that the leading entry or first entry of row 3 is minus 1. So I'm going to swap R1 and R3 for the easy calculation. So it will be equivalent to minus 1, minus 2, minus 5, 2 minus 4, minus 6, 0, minus 7, 2, minus 3, 0. Now we will reduce in row echelon form. So make these entries 0. R2 is replaced by R2 minus 2 R1 and R3 is replaced by R3 minus 7 R2 plus 2 R because same opposite sign, and R3 replaced by R3 minus 7 R1. So it will be equivalent to minus 1, minus 2, minus 5, 0, 0, minus 8, minus 16, 0, 0, 16, 32, 0. Now we will make this entry 0 with the help of minus 8. So R3 is replaced by R3 plus 2 R2. So it will be equivalent to 1 minus 2 minus 5, 0. 0, minus 8, minus 16, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now it is in row echelon form, and we can see that this is a first leading entry, this is a second leading entry, and third entry is 0. So third variable will be free variable. It means x3 is going to be free. If we write from the back substitution, x1 minus 2x2 minus 5x3 equal to 0, minus 8x2 minus 16x3 equal to 0. So x3 is going to be free. I am considering x3 equal to k here. Then you will get x2 equal to minus 2k. If you write x3 equal to k in the equation 2, and x2 equal to minus 2k and x1 equal to k in the equation 1, you will get x1 equal to minus k. So the first non-zero solution or eigenvector will be, minus k, minus 2k or k. For a particular value of k, we can get first Li solution. And we will get here only one Li solution because this eigenvalue is distinct. And second way is, we can see that rank of augmented matrix is, rank of A is 2 and the order is 3. So the number of linearly independent eigenvector will be 3 minus 2. It means 1. So there will be only one eigenvector here. Now similarly, we will find the eigenvector corresponding to lambda equal to minus 3. I am interested in lambda equal to minus 3 because it is a repeated eigenvalue. So Ax equal to lambda x, I have Ax equal to lambda x. For lambda equal to minus 3, it will be Ax equal to minus 3x or A plus 3i x equal to 0. Now add 3 in the diagonal entry of A. This matrix will look like now 1, 2, minus 3, 2, 4, minus 6, minus 1, minus 2, 3. And Ax I am considering as a column vector x1, x2, x3 equal to 0, 0, 0. Now write in the form of augmented matrix. It will be 1, 2, minus 3, 0, 2, 4, minus 6, 0, minus 1, minus 2, 3, 0. Now it is the first entry is 1, so we can easily solve it. In for row echelon form, make this entry 0, this entry 0. So R2 is replaced by R2 minus 2 R1 and R3 is replaced by R3 plus R. So it will be equivalent to 1, 2 minus 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. We can see that this is a leading column or leading row. This is free and this is also free because these two entries are 0. If we write from back substitution x1 plus 2, x2 minus 3, x3 equal to 3, 0. So there is only one equation. It means two variables are free here. So I'm considering x2 equal to k1 and x3 equal to k2. Then x1 will be 3k2 minus 2k1. And you can see that number of Li solution also, Li solution or Li vector also equal to 3 minus rank of A. Order is 3 here, order of matrix. So 3 minus rank of A is 1 only because there is a one non-zero row. So you will get two Li eigenvectors or two Li solutions. And how you will write that two solutions in the easy manner? We can write here. I am going to write x1, x2, x3 now can be written as 3k2 minus 2k1, 3k2 minus 2k1, k1, k2. So if you take k1 outside, you can write minus 2, 1, 0. If you write plus k2, it will be 3, 0, 1. So this can be written as a first Li solution and this can be written as second Li solution. If you put k1 and k2 equal to 1 particular, I always prefer the values of k1, k2 to put by which even it looks beautiful. If by putting k1 and k2 1, the eigenvectors are looking pretty good here. So the first Li eigenvector will be minus 2, 1, 0 in the column form and second eigenvector will be 3, 0, 1. We can put K1, K2 any value, but non-zero value. We cannot put K1, K2 0, then because if we put K1, K2 0, then we will get zero solution only. That's trivial, but we are interested in non-trivial solutions. If this solution in the form of fraction, then we put K1, K2 accordingly so that the fraction is removed. For example, how to put K1, K2, I'm going to tell you here. For example, the eigenvector is in this form: 5 by 3, 1 by 3, 2, and k. This is suppose first solution is over. Then what will be the suitable value k? So that this vector looks good, we will put k equal to 3. Then only this 3 will be cancelled out now. So the vector will look like now 5, 1, 6. This is a matrix, so it will multiply in every entry. Now I am going to solve another problem. Find the eigenvalues and eigenvectors of this matrix. I am giving you as a homework to try it by yourself only. I can give you answer here. Lambda you will get 1 to 2, and for lambda equal to 1 you will get the eigenvalue. The solution is x1, x2, x3 is equal to minus k, k. You can get kk minus k also. It depends what free variable you are choosing here, what the value of free variable you are choosing here. And for lambda equal to 2, it is a repeated, so you can get at most 2 eigenvectors and at least 1 eigenvector, because it's a repeated eigenvalue. So it is possible that we can get 1 eigenvector or 2 eigenvector, but in this case for lambda equal to 2, you are getting only 1 eigenvector, x1, x2, x3 equal to 2 k1 1 0, 2 k1 0. So in this case you are not getting 2 eigenvectors corresponding to 2, but in the previous example corresponding to lambda equal to minus 3, you are getting 2 Li vectors. Okay, thank you. So in the next class we will discuss Cayley-Hamilton theorem and diagonalization. So for the diagonalization, eigenvectors are very important. So try to finish this lecture within 2 days, because day after tomorrow I will give you next lecture. And please try to take the quiz 1 that is available on the Genomio portal. And how to register on the Genomio portal I have discussed in the beginning of lecture 2. And subscribe the channel so you can get the notifications, important notifications regarding quiz, tutorial and lectures. Okay, thank you.